Welcome to Inheritance. First, we gotta talk about the main familia of this movie. We got that guy, a slimy banker. We got the mom guy, who's an ex-lawyer bitch. We got Broho, aka the Deep, aka I forgot his name, who's a stupid politician. Then we got the daughter/sister Laura, or Lauren, whatever, same shit. She's a district attorney, which I think means she's a lawyer for poor people, or the common plebs, which is a career path she chose against the wishes of her father because she feels bad that she was born to a rich family and wants to help the filthy peasants wandering this globe. And she's the main character, okay? Now, as the movie starts, we get a lot of quick cuts between Laura doing some pleb lawyering and helping her brother out with some lizard shit, her dad driving and fucking dying, her making a press conference, and she gets the news of her dad dying. She's like, oh my goodness. Now, apparently he died of a heart attack, and they have a rich people funeral, rich people sad noises, rich people big fat fucking mansion. Laura and Deep talking about some shit. Dude reads will, dead dad gives wife some crap, does cherry stuff, gives dickhead Deep 20 mil, and Laura $1,000,000, which is kind of dick move, dude. But what be this? He left her some other shite, a USB stick and some keys. And the USB stick has a video on it of him telling her some stuff like, I left you something else. It's in the woods, right where you used to play. Prepare to see some shit, okay? I left this for you because you're the oldest. I'm being purposely vague because this is a movie and I need vagueness and suspense and shit. But also, people might be watching, so... yeah, I'ma die now, bye! So she goes to the woods and finds a hidden hatch, opens it and finds some stairs. Now hold on there, Lauren. I've been here before. Before you go down there, you're gonna want to get some shit, okay? You're gonna want to get a gun, flashlight, a knife, some Twizzlers, a hazmat suit. Then you're gonna want to download this app that calls the cops on a timer. You're gonna want to set that timer to 10 minutes and leave your phone, and she's going inside. Fan-fucking-tastic. So a dumbass hoe goes down there, opens a door, opens a light, and then finds a sleeping hobo, long ass hair, motherfucker, dirty ass bitch. And her head immediately goes, I'm gonna touch it. No, don't do that. Fucking get a hazmat suit. What if he has super AIDS? You don't know. Anyway, she does that and he wakes up in a very abnormal way and she runs back out to the mansion. Mom rubs newspaper and Laura asks her if her dad has any secrets or enemies she should know of, because she tried to make sense of the secret prisoner, but mom guy doesn't know anything about it. So she'd be like, child, that is none of your goddamn business. The stuff your father did is not your burden to bear. Except it is, cause guy literally threw a fucking secret prisoner at her face like, here you go. But whatever, useless slut. She sends her hubby and her kid off that night, has some angry dad flashbacks, finally washes her hands, and next day she gets a gun and goes over to that secret bunker, opens a hatch, opens a door, opens a light, and goes like, oi! Oi, can you hear me? Nope, he's asleep. So she goes over to take his prints and he wakes up mid-print taking. She goes, oh shit, oh fuck, escape time, whoosh! And comes back with a mask. Really? Okay, first of all, kinky mask ain't doing much in the way of concealing your identity. Okay, you already saw your face and it's not that good at concealing it in the first place. Second of all, if you didn't want him to know who you were, why don't you wear it the first time around, you dumbass? You think if he was awake and you went in there like, hey, unknown human in this bunker was bopping, you think you're gonna go in like that and he's not gonna look at you? Are you actually stupid? She comes back and we finally see the dude clearly, and it's motherfucking Simon Pegg, my man. He tells her to take that shit off her face because he knows who she is. She asks him a bunch of questions and he tells her that if she wants answers, she's gonna have to get him a steak, some pie, some chocolate, and some other crap. So she does that. He shaves, he chows down on some steak, he busts her balls for a bit. Then he tells her that him and her dad were best buds way back when they were young and spoiled brats, had a night of drinking and partying. Then they were, I don't know, driving somewhere, then they hit a dude with a car, and her dad forced him to shut the fuck up and buried the body, and he was so afraid that Morgan was gonna go tell the cops that's his name, Morgan. So he knocked him out and put him in his bunker and told his familia that he stole a bunch of his money and fled the country. Easy cover story. So she'd be all like, shut the fuck up, I don't believe you, stupid ass, loud ass, bitch ass, man. So he'd be like, alright, listen here, ho. You see, that guy treated him like his confessor. He'd tell him everything about his life, because what's he gonna do? Go snitch? Nah, he chained up in here. So he'd be like, listen woman, your dad has a side piece called Sophia. Used to nickname her Gypsy Rose. Go check her out and you'll see that I speak the truth. And he gives her the full name and address to go check it out. She does some work at her lawyer job. Oh, and she gives the prints to some detective guy to find out who Morgan is. I forgot to say that because, you know, I'm just amazing at storytelling, aren't I? She goes over to this Sophia lady and finds out that her dad did not just have a side bitch, he had an entire side family. So he has two families and a prisoner that he spends enough time with to tell him about all the shit that goes on in his life. How does this fucker have any time for anything at all? Anyway, she goes over to bitch boy Harold, the family lawyer, and he goes,
let me call you back.
Wait a second, did he actually end the call? It says here that you have to do some form of tapping to end the call. I didn't see no tapping. Bitch didn't even end the call. What a fucking dumbass. But maybe the other dude on the other end of the phone call finished the call for him. Whatever, he's still a fucking dumbass. She calls him a snake in the grass because he know about this side hoe and asks him if there are any more secrets her dad kept from his family that could hurt them. And he goes, don't worry about it, homies. Don't worry about it, okay? Fucking don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. She also asks him if Morgan Klaginski, whatever, insert last name here, rings any bells in his mind, and he's like, nah, it doesn't. Then Deep comes along. He running for president or mayor or senator or He running for politics. And he in some hot water because people think he paid off some fuckers to do some shady shit. So he wants his big name lawyer sister to come at a rally he's making tomorrow and give a nice speech, bump up his rating or whatever to prove that he's good and make nice with the people again. No, not that type of rally. The boring one. The other one. That one, yeah. And honestly, I don't get how getting your high position lawyer sister to come up and say nice shit about you at your own rally is gonna help people like you more. Just comes across more jaded and fucking manipulative to me. And like, obviously she's gonna say nice shit. She's your fucking sister. And anybody that believes that shit is a sheep. Fucking retarded. Wake up, sheeple. The birds are fucking 5G emitting antennas that are giving you testicular cancer. Wake up! So she goes back to Morgan and she still does not believe his ass. And she asks him where the body is that they buried from the hit and run. And he says, I can't explain it to you, but I'll know it when I see it. Basically, she needs to take him in a ride along so I can accurately tell her where to go and triangulate and locate the location of the dead dude's body. So she actually takes him out. But don't worry, she's being really careful. She's pulling out all the stops, of which there are only 3. Handcuffs, gun, and nighttime. He nuts himself as soon as they get out into the great outdoors. She takes a phone call from her husband who's being an emotional pussy right now because she's not spending a lot of time at home. Then drives along with Morgan to find the body. He gives her directions and shit. Okay, I gotta talk about this right now. I don't know of many ways to deal with the situation right now, but I know for sure that handcuffing him to this fucking headrest is stupid because, it just can't be yoinked out, right? He can just fucking rip that off, stab you with it, choke you, get the gun. There, possibilities are endless, honestly. Also, even though he dug the grave, I find it hard believing that he can remember exactly where it is after 30 years of being locked up in a bunker. Keeping in mind, he was kind of drunk while he dug the grave, so meh. And another thing, when they get there, he points out where the dead body is and she starts digging and does not let him dig, although he offered to. Despite all the benefits this would entail, like not getting tired from all the digging, having a higher chance of him overpowering you because you're tired from all the digging, not getting dirty, more accurate digging since he apparently has photographic memory of where he dug the fucking grave, and this landscape has apparently not changed at all in the past 30 years. The only downside really is that he'd be digging super fucking slow because he'd still be handcuffed. You are stupid. You're just stupid. But that doesn't matter because she finds the body and then starts covering it up very shittily. Drives back. He surprisingly has not tried to escape at all, and he goes back into the bunker. She's very understandably freaking out and tells him to go put himself back into chains, and he'd be like, no, come on, man. I just showed you. Come on, man. I'm telling the truth. You saw the body. Come on, man. I'm not a liar. I'm free. I'm a free man. Come on, man. She says she needs more evidence of who he is, which she can't give because her dad erased all evidence of him of him existing in the first place, and she's also afraid that if she lets him go, he'll go and snitch about her family and all the shady shit his dad did and all in past years and drive her family into the ground basically. So I beg her to let him go and promises her that he's never gonna fucking tell any soul of the shit her father did, but she still locks him up just the same to have some time to think on her own. Commence freak out montage where she calls Detective Dipshit a bunch of times calling about the prince, but he says he needs more time, he doesn't have it yet. Next day comes, she does some district attorneying and she finds out that her father is, and I quote, a co-conspirator in her own goddamn case. Whatever the fuck that means. And she's like, what the fuck, Harold? Just don't think about it more. You don't think about it. Then she low-key takes some advice from her bro about her current predicament. Then she goes to kill Morgan. JK, she doesn't actually try to kill him, but she tells him to get ready because he's about to get set free tomorrow. May I remind you, she still has not waited for the prince or got the results of them, alright? This is a lawyer, okay, that forgot about the prince. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the world's shittiest lawyer. Lauren, you have an IQ lower than a fucking broken tree branch. Moving on, Lauren makes Harold open up a secret bank account and put a shit ton of money in it and makes a new ID for Morgan. After that, she talks to Morgan for a while he readies up, and he tells her that her dad was kind of sort of ish, maybe little, not really, maybe kind of proud-ish of her, and that her brother did in fact pay off a bunch of shady people to do some slimy lizard politician shit for him. So she goes over to the rally that her brother's having, slaps him in the face, and comes back to Morgan. Is that possible within this time frame? I'm so confused. He gets out and has another Earth orgasm when he sees his son. She drives him over to a jet that's supposed to take him to the Bahamas or like some other place, to live his life, and she tells him never to come back because if he does, she's gonna frame him with a bunch of shit to protect her fandom, and that plane is never getting out of this hangar if you don't open the doors properly. She gets back to the bunker and cleans it up a bit, finds some suspicious shit like he was doing some heroin or something. Meanwhile, a couple of things are happening. Detective Dumbass finally got the prince and sent them over to the summer house, and her mom's on the way to said summer house, finds the package that the detective sent and opens it. And yes, apparently this fucking mansion is their summer house because they have fuck you amounts of money. So bam, Lauren gets home and mama freaking out, call him Morgan his real name, which is Carson, and call him pure evil. Told you should have waited for the fucking detective to send the prince. You know what, this is especially stupid because we just had a whole freak out montage of her calling detective and being like, oh my god, I need the prince now, oh my god, god, why'd you just suddenly throw caution out the window and think he's telling the truth? I mean, you're literally in no rush. You can really take your time. The dude's in a fucking bunker. Come on. Anyway, her mom's freaking out and she doesn't know why, so she goes like, okay, I'm gonna fix this, and goes over to the fucking hangar, finds out that Harold has been deaded via chess piece. Freaks out, drives back home, my apologies, her summer home, and doesn't fight her mom, so she goes over to the bunker and finds out that Carson, Morgan, Simon dude's there, and he shuts all the lights off, then teleports around super silently and fucks with Laura using echolocation. Motherfucker, a bat now. He beats her up and chains her up. Tells her what really happened, which is that he roofied her mom years ago, raped her, mom told dad, dad took him, they fight in car, run over a kid accidentally, bury kid, dad chained Batman in bunker. Years later, comeback Carson kills dad with poison dad tried to use to kill him. Apparently, he got sick of him at some point and wanted him to poison the rapist dickbag, which confuses me because I thought he wanted him to suffer. Or maybe he gave it to him so he could fucking kill himself with it. Anyway. Laura scratches his face up, then he yells, you still don't get it, do ya? I'm your goddamn father. Then mom guy shoots him immediately afterwards. I mean, I appreciated the longer pause between the Luke, I am your father moment and the gunshot, but who cares? She sits down next to her daughter and tells her that you're a Sullivan Morty or whatever the family name is, and we take care of our own. And they throw grass all over the place and light that bitch up. So is that fire gonna spread to the rest of the woods, or is that gonna be contained in the concrete walls of the bunker or whatever? Yo, how do bunkers work? This movie gets a Scooby-Doo out of an uncontrollable forest fire.